Superman number 2, written by George Perez, art by Jesus Marino. We last left off with, well, two endings. One with a giant fire monster came from space, and two with Clark Kent being shot down by Lois Lane. This issue picks up. Superman is in a lab of some sort, staring at some star charts. He's looking for Krypton, or at least just mourning the loss of it there. Some scientists are like, well, a lot of good that's going to do. It's all blown up. To which he hears, General Sam Lane shows up. They apparently haven't talked in a while, but Lane's got some information about the fire monster, saying it definitely didn't come from space. It was definitely in the Earth. But why are you such a monster magnet? And also, quote here, what exactly is your current relationship with my daughter? So then we get a flashback to Lois and Clark talking as she moves into her new office for her new whatever job. And it's basically just a thing of like, hey Clark, look, we're still friends, we're still good, you're a great reporter, and we had a lot of fun times. The things are changing and things are going to be different, but you'll always be my friend. Maybe you could have like a little rivalry or whatever with some other girl. I don't know. It's like, give her a name. Heather Kelly. And he's like, no, I'm not interested in that. And then Heather Kelly comes knocking and is like, hey, Clark, there's apparently a homeless guy down on the subway tracks. You're into all that like public relations stuff. Could you want to deal with that story? And he's like, no, maybe you could do that. And then we cut back to the modern day, and Superman's like, I was just a headline to your daughter. We were never anything more, and now we're even less than that. And she's like, yeah, okay, my daughter's definitely not a reporter anymore. Sure, whatever. But he gets all pissed because basically he's just telling Superman, like, you're the reason these things are attacking. Get out of here. Here being either Metropolis or the planet if you can help it. But he flies off because he's got better things to do than argue with General Lane. We cut back to that homeless guy story, strangely enough. They're trying to do construction in the subway, and a guy's just squatting, so some cops come in to just get him out of there. And as he's running down the subway to escape, he comes across something which makes his eyes glow red. So then Superman's flying across the city. He's still not sure what he's going to do, and he hears, he's able to hear everything, and he hears down from the thing, ooh, look up in the sky. He's like, oh, that's normal. And then he hears, why isn't he reacting? It's coming right towards him. And Superman's like, what? Boom. And he's just hit. He can't see what did it. He has no clue what's going on. But everyone else is like, Jesus, what is that thing? It's beating up Superman. Superman's like, I can't see it. He uses his X-ray vision, his telescopic vision, his everything vision. Nothing. He can't get any glimpse of this thing. The monster is beating the crap out of him. Not like actually close to death or anything, but it's like, it's catching him off guard. He picks up Superman and throws him through one of those oh-so-common passenger blimps. And then Lois Lane and the news crew pick up on it, and they start filming everything. Superman's like, oh, geez, got to go save the plane. But like as he's going down, the monster's standing like right there, but it's just Superman flying. So he gets beat down by the monster again. Finally, he manages to get a glimpse as he's being held against this building by the monster of what the news camera is showing, like on a screen, like Times Square style. And he looks over at the screen, and he sees this monster from him, so he just throws a punch where the screen looks like it should be, and the monster goes flying. He saves the blimp, and he realizes, okay, so I can't see this thing, but literally everything else can. So he starts using his telescopic vision to like look in on screens all around Metropolis that are showing this fight. And he starts beating him up secondhand like that. Finally, he's got the monster down. He talks about it, and he's like, all right, where are you from? What do you know about me? You know anything about that last one who said something about Krypton? And the monster's talking for a second, and it does say alien stuff, but Superman swears he hears Krypton as he dissolves into dust and nothingness. And Jimmy comes in, and he's like, wow, what'd you do to it? It's gone. And he's like, it's actually gone? Like, it's actually, I can't tell. Is it actually gone? And then we cut back to Superman, I think in his fortress. I could be wrong. It's like just a bunch of tech stuff. But he's next to his computers and stuff, just basically writing a journal. He's just going like, oh, well, here's what happened, and we still have investigations to do. And then he gets a call from Lois, and Lois is pretty much just dicking Clark around at this point. He's like, hi, Clark, I hope I didn't overstep our bounds for our friendship by anything I said earlier today. You've just been so moody lately. That's an actual quote, and I feel like that's just going to be the running theme. But anyway, he's like, hey, you don't have to face all this alone, you know. You're not Superman. We cut back to a hospital, and the dude who was in the fire from the first issue was still alive. He's comatose. He's barely got burns on any of his body. The homeless guy walks in, and they start talking in the alien text, and then the alien text like transforms mid-speech bubble to show that they are definitely saying something about Krypton, and that's where the issue ends off. Now, I told you about the fight, but I cannot explain to you how many speech bubbles are through this entire fight. Like, it's so many. He never shuts up. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm so much more used to the decompressed nature of comics that I get one like this and it's like, I don't have an hour, guys. It's so long. But if it's like I just explained, okay, they get in a fight and then he looks at screens and then he's able to fight him actually for real. That's all that needs to like really be said. I'm okay with more characterization. I'm not saying, hey, don't tell me about like what's going on, but it's like he doesn't trust the artist to show anything at all. The one point is like all this is happening and Lois has to actually exclaim, it's almost as if Superman can't see him. Yeah, Lois, we got that. Thank you. I don't know. Art-wise, it is fine. I really don't have any problems with it. There's some good, like when he's standing off against Sam Lane, there's some good dichotomy between the two of them. The fight between the other monster, like it makes a good point in the art to make clear that Superman has no idea where this thing is. Like it's not a thing of, you know, where could it possibly be? Just going by the art alone, you're like, oh, geez, like I actually can't see him. So doubling down on why the text bubbles are unnecessary. I'm gonna give this one a 6. It's fine. It's a decent enough issue. It's definitely setting up the larger story as a whole, despite being kind of standalone. But it needs to just take your script and throw away every other page. And just let the artist handle that. That's all I need. It's just too wordy right now. But that is Superman number 2.